More VFLs than a UT alumni chapter. Now, back to the Sports Source.
Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment of our show is brought to you by Parkside Cabin Rentals. Looking for a spot to watch the Vols road game at Alabama in a couple of weeks? Have family or friends coming in for Thanksgiving or Christmas holidays? Then you need to plan something special. Visit Parkside Cabin Rentals this week to book a spectacular smoky mountain cabin that's just absolutely catered to the size and needs of your specific crew, family, group. Parkside Cabin Rentals does a great job. ParksideCabinRentals.com is where you can go to learn more. Sterling, you've stayed with Parkside Cabin Rentals, haven't you?
Yes,
nice
sir.
stuff.
I love it, baby. Love it.
There you go. And the guy you're hearing right now speaking, vouching for Parkside Cabin Rentals, one of our two VFLs that we're adding for this panel right here. Sterling Hinton down there, Daniel Hood right beside him. Very good.
Baby.
Good to have all four of you guys here. It is more VFLs than an alumni chapter. And Marlon, I'll have to take your picture and put you in one of these special openings.
Yeah.
It's like, where am I? Mike, you texted me 2 or 3 straight weeks saying they're starting to pick it up on offense. They're starting to get – early on it was like this offensive line isn't made for this. And then it's like, okay, they're starting to get this, they're getting this. Marlon, we texted yesterday a little bit about the defense being further ahead than anticipated.
That's right.
Let's talk about, and Sterling and Daniel, you can lead us off here. Let's talk about, if you agree, disagree, this coaching staff seems to be getting more out of these guys. Now, granted, you've had 2 straight wins. That's going to, if you'd had 2 straight losses, I might not be asking this question. But it does appear that this team is responding to this staff. They've already gotten more out of their backups than I anticipated they would. Do you think this coaching staff is doing more than the last coaching staff? Do you think it's, now these players are just listening? Where are you on what this coaching staff's accomplished to this point?
I think my biggest thing with this coaching staff is that the players trust them and are buying into what they're saying, and that they have a personal relationship with them. I think you look at Coach Martinez, you look at Coach Garner, even Coach Heupel. I mean, you go to practice, it's just more fun. The guys are having a lot more fun, and they're able to play harder to someone that they actually like. If the practice isn't fun, I mean, why even be there?
They're enjoying the game again. I mean, the biggest thing about football, I know everybody on this panel can vouch for, is having fun, John P. When you're having fun out there, when you're playing, it turns into a more energetic performance on game day. And the more energy you bring to the game, the greater chances you have to win. I mean, even when we had the setback at the Pittsburgh game, they come back to practice and they're still having fun and wanting to learn. And hey, things happen when you enjoy what you're doing.
You guys think that this team is getting better coaching than they have?
No question about it. Right? If you look at the coaches or the recruiting classes maybe the last 5 years, Tennessee's had high production or high numbers in their recruiting class. Now, those guys still got to pan out. But what I've seen,
left.
They've all wholesale left. But if you look at how these kids have progressed, I've looked at coaches and I've commented to you many, many times. Like, I see a guy the first game of the season, and I see the guy 7 games deep in the season, and his technique hadn't changed. He's still making the same mistakes. He's still doing the same things over and over again. Yeah. That means he ain't being coached on how to get better. Right. These guys are teaching him to get better. They're buying into the system. So are they buying into the system? Yes. Why? Because they trust the coaches. Why do they trust the coaches? Because the coaches' system is proving out, and they're investing in them. If I'm a player and I see that guy investing in me and believing in me, I'm going to give him that effort. Yeah. So I think it's a tidal wave of things that happen.
And I add to that from the defensive side of the ball. We're not seeing as many this year of blown coverages, right? Guys running wide open. I think if you take it back to the last staff, not to put anything on anybody else, but I was used to seeing blown coverages, right? That means we're either putting too much on them or we're not coaching them up the way they're supposed to be coached. And even with this defense, you see guys are getting better week to week. I think our pass rush is starting to get a little bit better, but the guys are also understanding what my job is, where I'm supposed to be, and how to do it. And that's a huge part, and that shows that we're being coached on that side of the ball.
One of the things you're seeing over and over again in player comments when asked about what's different and what about your coach this year, you keep hearing versions of he's relatable. I can talk to him. It doesn't sound so. It seems like this group is much more carrot, and the last group was much more stick. Like, we're not going to – you just do what we tell you to do and get out there. And if you can't do it, I'll go out and get some new player, which Pruitt said numerous times in halftime interviews. I just don't know that works. Maybe if you've started – maybe if you're working at Alabama and you've already got the thing built and people are coming there just to get pro training, that works. But I don't know if you can build a program that way. I think this might be the smarter way of doing it. Gentlemen, your thoughts. Sterling, you've been over there a lot. You've seen all these previous coaching staffs. Talk to me about the relationships between these players and these coaches.
I think it shows in the attitude they bring on Saturday game day. I mean, these guys, they can talk to their coaches as not friends, but as an older person they can get quality advice from and not feel intimidated by asking for the advice. And everybody has a different way of coaching. I just think this is a better way for the kids that are playing ball now. Man, when we played, Mike and I know we didn't know our regular names. Our parents gave us that practice. Okay, that worked back then, But now, it's a different technique to the guys that are out there performing for you. And the almanac himself, Jimmy Hines, just shared something to me off camera. We lost 44 guys to the transfer portal that could have been on this team this year. Whole lot of 5-stars that are playing at other schools. Now we've got a team effort happening every Saturday, and boy, I tell you, they're getting better every week.
And Sterling, he's on to something there. Like, if we got the depth, we've got the state of the program is in a different position. Yes, you can coach these guys hard, say, hey, here's the bottom line.
Right.
Either get it done or the next guy up. That's not the position we're in this with this roster. You've got to build our players up, which look like they're doing, and now our guys are able to perform because they have that personal relationship. There is no cutoff. Hey, either you get this done or I'm replacing you with somebody else.
And I think that speaks to Jeremy Pruitt coming in here from Nick Saban and trying to be Nick Saban. You can do that at Alabama when you are number one. And, hey, I've got 5 more 5-stars out here. If you don't pick it up, you're gone. I'll put them in here. You're not there. You're having to hug people to keep them from getting into that transfer portal.
That's it.
So, all right. When we come back, Daniel, I got more for you later. You got cut off in that segment. I'm sorry. When we come back, instead of 3 up, 3 down, we're going to play best and worst. Best player, best decision, worst thing about yesterday's huge win. What could that be? We'll discuss coming back on the Sports Source.